Basically, when you're a two-gap, you're going to play the gap based upon the release of the blocker, okay? So if you line up, say, heavy on a guy slightly outside shade, you may have the inside half of the guy or the outside half of the guy based upon which way he goes. If he goes out, you play the outside half. If he goes in, you want to squeeze the guy, but you have the inside half, all right? But theoretically, honestly, when you play one gap, you end up playing very similar. It's just you work on pressing guys down the line, even though you're going to play, like, say, the outside shade always, or the outside gap. If the guy went inside, you're going to squeeze the guy down to make the inside gap small. So even though you don't theoretically have that gap, you're going to press a guy and make that inside gap small and play the outside half of the guy. So you honestly start splitting hairs on the way you play, but by doing this, it allows players to be more aggressive in their approach when the ball snaps, okay? And that's why I say I think you got to have discipline to play that way, because you got to constantly think about striking your guy and knocking him back. You know, to be good in this defense, you got to play physical at the line of scrimmage. You got to attack blockers. You got to get your hands on them, and you got to be able to press those guys. And then when it becomes time to pass, you got to be able to convert the pass and rush the passer. And that's probably the hardest thing for young players to learn how to do, is go from thinking it's run to, oh, it's a pass, I got to get my hand swinging. And that's the biggest thing that I see that we got to continue to work on, is understanding that, hey, it's now a pass situation, or hey, they're going pass. We got to change our tempo. We got to change what we're doing with our hands and our hips and that whole process, because, you know, it happens in a matter of seconds.